58 Live is the place to be for quality broadcast for you to see. They deliver prime coverage like Amazon. No matter what day of the week you see them on, you don't need to double check. The truth is clearer than air. Treat it like a viral video and share. There's no comparison, no equal to mention. You can see for yourself, let it have your attention. From the beginning, you'll see what you would have hated to miss, and the recapable moment. So keep dropping the hits. Turn up the volume, grab your favorite seat. So sit back right now and enjoy what's on screen. 58 Live in the building. Best crew out there filming. 58 Live in the building. Best crew out there filming. 58 Live is the best in the business. Check out our live cast. You could be a witness. Whether swing of the bat or a strikeout at home plate, no missing the action. There ain't no way. The commentary keep you valiant through laughs and analysis of the competition, posting offline statuses. 58 Live touches down, it's a score. In the red zone, tack on 7 more. You know it's a slam dunk, it's a shooting the score. You know the outcome, no defender can stop what's in store. 58 Live at the helm is the best in. 58 Live at the helm is the best in. 58 Live in the building. Best crew out there filming. 58 Live in the building. Best crew out there filming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got about 4 minutes left on the clock before we finish our last game of this wonderful Spring Sunshine Bowl live from Charlotte, North Carolina. I want to take a moment and just say thank you so much for Rocky River High School opening their doors to the Spring National Championship Sunshine Bowl. Tonight we have the 2A AFNT, that's the American Football News Today, the National Championship game. The Phoenix Outlaws taking on the Carolina Raiders. Thanks again for the 4 wonderful men that was able to bring the video footage to you. Joey Russo producing, Bobby Bryant on the ground, Robert Reed on the drone, and Dorian Johnson given a press box view. But also here we have our statistician, Teddy Robinson. We've got Craig behind the mic, Maya and Cedric taking care of all the wonderful technology and names and keeping everybody entertained throughout these past 2 days. Bo McMichael going to bring in our host, our announcer with the most, number 9, Craig Chapman. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Which team do you think is the Raiders?
I'm going to go with the blue team.
Okay.
So, but
only at Riverdale Middle School.
Yeah, only, and they're the Spartans. So I mean, hey, but in this situation, the Phoenix Outlaws came all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, where the average temperature is.
It's like 108 degrees.
Yeah, in the shade.
No, just every day.
Okay, every day on that part. And then we got a wonderful 87 degrees here. So it's nice to have the difference of the two. 87 degrees and 107. It's a dry heat, though, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. I don't think it much matters when the sun is in your back pocket.
No, I would agree with you on that part. And I know anybody that's probably from Phoenix, you want to punch me anytime somebody says that to you.
It's kind of like when, we live in Atlanta. Nobody walks around going, "Welcome to Hot Atlanta."
Yeah, no.
But everybody around it says it, and I'm sure people in Phoenix are tired of hearing the whole dry heat thing. 107 is brutal.
Yes, very much so. Glad to have you with us. Let's go over and recap these 4 games that just took place. Craig,
all right,
you have the floor. Go ahead, buddy.
So the first game of our Sunshine Bowl experience, the Electric City Chargers defeated the Southwest Florida Predators 30-20. Electric City dominated on the ground, even though they had 205 yards passing. Everything was set up. They rotated backs, and they had a big guy, Mr. Thompson, number 21, who, if you met him in the hole, it was a good 6-yard gain with you getting a bus pass. They outgained them by 99 yards, and they only had 2 turnovers to the 4. The second game, the D.C. Woodland Tigers defeated the Fayetteville Commandos 26-20 in overtime in a game that had more twists and turns than a roller coaster. In D.C., you can see they dominated right there, the passing yards, but the negative 20 rushing yards was, I don't think I've ever seen a team win a game with minus yards. So, it was one of those things where it was a great game and came out in overtime. The last game of yesterday was a track meet 466 yards passing to 341 yards passing, 549 total yards to 393. The big stat at the bottom for Southwest Florida, the 2 turnovers. One of them cost them a touchdown inside the 5. Well, they had 2 turnovers inside the 5. Those 2 turnovers took points off the board and allowed the Brooklyn Seminoles to win the 3A AFNT National Championship. And then this afternoon, in a defensive slugfest where yards were hard to come by and points were even harder to come by, the North Florida Warriors win 9-6 on the strength of a safety and a touchdown pass on 4th and 10, and basically and 2 defensive stands inside their 15-yard line. They blocked a field goal. There was a missed field goal, and they had a goal line stand. So the North Florida defense wins it for them in the 2A National Bowl game, and now we're set for the AFNT 2A National Championship game here. And it's a battle of logos and great teams, and I'm expecting another great game like we had last night in our 3A AFNT National Championship game. The Outlaws and the Raiders, somebody's going to get plundered. That's all I got to say.
Man, he'll be with you all night.
I mean,
to say the least. But I mean, the one thing that I really like to even acknowledge the amount of effort that gets put into these rankings, these teams throughout the United States, where everybody's come from. I mean, if I was throwing up and going, hey, look at where these teams resided from. Electric City was where? Do you remember?
Yeah, Anderson, South Carolina.
Okay, we've got South Carolina. We've got go down the list real quick.
You had South Carolina and Florida.
Yep.
You had Fayetteville. I'm guessing that's North Carolina.
I would say so, yes.
And then you had D.C.
Yep.
And then you had Brooklyn.
Yep.
Then you had Florida. And then Upper Marlboro has got to be North Carolina.
That's what we were thinking.
Phoenix. And then
down here in Carolina.
Carolina, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got people traveling a lot of different places, especially towards the end of the summer. We do have a wonderful Sunshine Bowl that takes place in Miami. This is all kind of staging factor, getting themselves ready. There'll be a group of games in December that will help really solidify who's all going in that part. So it's a lot of fun. I'm glad we're able to bring it to you all. A lot of fun, great experience, great camaraderie. I mean, it's hot. We know that, and you could definitely tell that coming out of the second half in that first game. But these teams are about 45 minutes overdue, ready to go. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Craig. Enjoy yourself. I'll come back to you at the end of the quarter, okay?
So we're going to talk here before we get to the kickoff. I don't even know if we've had a coin toss yet. So we're going to have this conversation about what we've seen in the previous 4 games. And it goes to this. The majority of these games, the teams that are able to finish drives in the red zone, the teams that are able to win the turnover battle are the teams that will win the game. I mean, it's just about as simple as I can put it. Win the turnover battle, and finish drives in the red zone, because teams that score when they get down inside the 20 have had, I mean, and it sounds like such a simplistic thing to say, but it has proven itself over and over and over again in these 4 games. If you score in the red zone consistently, like you look at the first game that we had yesterday, Southwest Florida goes 1 for 5 in the red zone. They lose by 10 points. They threw an interception at the 10. They fumbled. They turned it over on downs 3 times. So if you finish 2 of those drives, you win the game. If you go 60% in the red zone, you win the game. And that's kind of where, you're at in this. And the kicking game is a huge factor. The return game is a huge factor. And right now I think the coaches are down there trying to figure out how the clock operates, because if you didn't watch last night's game, the sounds of the game were almost as enjoyable as watching the teams run up and down the field. And so for that, we talk about it all the time. Center quarterback exchange is a huge thing. Some of these teams haven't played in 3 or 4 weeks. And if you're running a shotgun-based offense and the center snap is bad, it will absolutely ruin your offense. Okay? Penalties, we had 14 penalties in the game today. Earlier, we had a boatload of penalties last night. Penalties kill drives. They kill momentum. And then special teams. As you can see right here, this was also in a Sunshine Bowl game. But having the ability to play status quo on your special teams, no big returns, no blocks, kicks, especially punts, and basically just coming out even in the return game is where you want to be. And then ball security, you cannot turn the football over. It cannot happen. If you do, and you turn it over a lot, you lose. And that has been the reoccurring theme in this. We've had one game where a team had more turnovers than the team that they beat. I think one team had 5 turnovers, the other team had 3, and the team with 5 turnovers won. Other than that, every team that's lost the turnover battle has lost the game. Oh, okay, there were 2. My bad. So I guess we're at 50%. But that right there, the North Florida game, the thing that got them going was they got stopped inside the 1-yard line in their game, and they were able to get a safety on the very next play, which got them on the board.
No, it was 1 out of 4. This is the only one that was the flip of it.
I thought the one team had 5 turnovers and the other team had 3. And
it was 5-3, and they won. My bad. Sorry, yeah, DC Woodman, they won.
Yeah,
that's when they had the negative. That was the overtime game.
That was a insane. They really should have had 6 turnovers, and that would have lost the game. They fumbled in overtime, and a defender for Fayetteville, the ball was laying on the ground, and the ball hit the defender basically in the chest, bounced up, and the linebacker, number 16, who was all over the field for Fayetteville, caught the ball in the air at the goal line, ran 100 yards for a touchdown, only to have it brought back on an offside penalty, which was a game ender. And then it comes back on a penalty. So there you go. Turnovers and penalties all in the same play.
Absolutely insane in that matter.
So,
well, once again, we're live here on Facebook. We will only stay on for just a little bit, get past the first series. It's always nice to recap everything. And then you go away. And we say bye, and we let everybody that have purchased tickets, because it helps with our travel and everything that we're doing here in the studio, but also on site. So appreciate you all being a part of this wonderful experience. We've got great viewership all weekend, and that's up to you all. We can do our best, make sure that we can get the events out there, and do our best to give you the best quality that we can.
Do you at least let them watch you do the bye dance before you cut them off?
No, not yet, man, not yet. Baby steps, man. Baby
I understand.
steps.
If I tried to do that, both knees would shatter, and I'd be in traction for 3 months.
And I'd love to see what the deal is with referees.
I'm telling you, they were talking about the time. I watched the guy talking about when they were going to run the clock. The coach from Phoenix was really curious about how the clock operates. And it's really, and the funny thing about it is, when you look at it from this perspective, if you're a run-based team in this, it doesn't really help you. There is no such thing as shortening the game until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, because the clock runs constantly. So if you're trying to shorten the game and that's your plan, you don't have to worry about it, because the game is going to shorten itself. And it kind of has to, because that game last night would have lasted 9 hours.
Oh, definitely so. And it felt there for a little bit, 42-40, a lot of yardage.
It was 42-40, but we rolled out of here at about, 3 hours and 15 minutes?
Yeah, game-wise. Yeah, we started a little bit later.
So it was like 8:15 start. It was an 8:15 kickoff for a 7 o'clock game, and we got out at like 11:30.
Yeah. All right.
So right now we are in that mode of hurry up and wait. Looks like we're getting ready for the coin toss. Love the drone shot from Robert here, though.
Yeah, he does a great job with it. As somebody said the other day, it looks like we're watching a video game, and I know he's very proud of that. I'm proud of all his hard work that he puts in it. And here we go with the coin toss.
We're going to have a coin toss with a one-sided coin toss, because here we go. Both teams now out. Outlaws on your left, Raiders on the right. The referees are stuck in the middle with you.
Well, as long as John Travolta's here, or Michael from Pulp Fiction, we're good either way.
Well, still Steve Miller doesn't show up, we're all right.
Yep, I agree.
Them are some big dudes from Phoenix. Goodness gracious.
All right, go have some fun, Craig. I'll check in with you at the end of the quarter.
All right, so we got the coin toss right here. Phoenix in the blue. They're the Outlaws. Carolina in the black. They're the Raiders. And as we've said previously, and you're probably tired of hearing it, the best two logos in this entire event, although I'll take Electric City for the win. So while we're waiting on this, a little update on how this thing has functioned in the first 4 games. The clock runs, even on incompletions. They'll stop on a penalty, stops on a turnover on downs, change of possession, scoring plays. The last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter is regular timing, thing. The overtime is not NFL overtime. It is college overtime. It looks like Carolina has won the toss. And it looks like they're going to. Okay, Carolina did win. Phoenix won. They have deferred. Carolina will receive. So we'll get a look at the Raiders offense going against the Outlaws defense to start this thing off. And we're about ready for some football here in this AFNT 2A National Championship game. And if it's anything like the 3A game, buckle in and get ready, because it will be a sprint from one end of the field to the next. And I'm hoping that's where it is. So Raiders will receive. And I'm just going to tell you, this will take me a second because we don't have positions on this roster, so I'll have to work it in slowly to figure out who's where and what they're doing. So it should be fun, though. Last game of the weekend, Sunday afternoon, around 5:50, we'll say, is where we're going to kick this thing off, right? Like I said, it is NFL rules until overtime. And it will be, the games normally move pretty rapidly. We have, all right, so they just said the wrong thing. I guess the Raiders won the toss and they chose to kick, so they will kick. And they will receive. That's what you get for trusting what your eyes tell you. So getting ready to start this national championship game. Kicker looks like it's going to be number 98, Ruben Santos. We're ready to go right here, just waiting on the official to blow this thing up, set the ready for play, and get this game underway. There we have it. Santos getting ready for the kick.
All right, we are ready for the 2A AFNT National Championship. Ready to kick it off.
Santos drives the kick down. It will hit at the 11. It will be picked up at the 8. Coming back to the right side, trying to turn the corner, gets to the 20, cuts it back 25, up to the 30, breaks a tackle, gets out of bounds at the 33-yard line. The ball was returned by number 21, DeAndre Dickerson Jr. And it'll be 1st and 10, put it down at the 32. So, it'll be interesting to see how this all transpires, but everybody in this tournament has been a spread offense, and it doesn't look anything different for Phoenix right here. Start out in a 2-by-2 formation. They're going to start out an empty, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to motion number 5, Alvin Hutchinson, back into the backfield. Here comes motion across. In a little orbit, there's the inside give to Hutchinson. He makes a cut. He's going to gain about 4. Bring up 2nd down and 6. When I get a number on the quarterback, I'll let you know. who is behind center. Looks like that's number 12, maybe number 13. Number 13, Tyree Taylor. This is the quarterback. Taylor takes the snap. He's going to keep it on the zone read. He's going to lose a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5, and that was just a jailbreak right there. Excuse me, 3rd down and 7. That was a jailbreak right there. So Taylor sitting in the gun as they go with a little tempo right here. Hutchinson set to his right. Doubles look right here. And that is offsides. Taylor goes down, tackled by number 7, Jonathan Dobbins, but it's offsides, so it'll bring it 3rd down and 2. Clock starts back up. It's actually 3rd and 3. Empty right here for Phoenix. They take the snap. Good protection right here. He's going to flip it out in the middle of the field, and that pass is going to be caught right there. Pass complete to number 85, Draven Taylor, the wide receiver. Nice job by Taylor to Taylor right there.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, people on Facebook world, hey, we'll see you soon. Everybody else, sit back and enjoy. Take care of yourselves. We'll talk to you at the end of the quarter.
Taylor in the gun. Hutchinson set to his left. They give it to Hutchinson. Huge hole up the middle right there. He spins through a tackle. He'll have another 1st down. So after getting the initial 1st down, well, they said he only gained 9 on that, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 1. Hutchinson leaves the game, replaced by number 26, Jonathan Finch. Trips to the right of Taylor. He's going to take it. He's going to throw the spot screen out. It'll be caught. And, yeah. Be interesting to see where this spot is. So they're going to spot him down at the 40. So no gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. So Taylor still with Finch to his right. A doubles look right here on 3rd and 1. 4-2 set for Carolina. There's a blitz. It's a free play. They're going to take the shot. He's wide open. Taylor's going to score. So the free play works in the advantage for Phoenix. Taylor to Taylor again for the touchdown. 40-yard touchdown pass to Draven Taylor. And an early 6-0 lead, and Phoenix will go for 2. And that's a great job of recognizing what you have right here. Now this is a broken diamond set. Taylor's going to sprint to his right. He just flips it inside. Immediate pressure caused him to get rid of that football sooner than he wanted to. So the PAT is no good, but first drive touchdown. And here's the instant replay. There's the linebacker on the blitz, breaks the neutral zone, not unabated to the quarterback, and then you just got Draven Taylor running right down the seam uncovered, and a good job of finding him and throwing the football, catching it, and finishing the play right there. Phoenix takes a 6-0 lead. 6 plays on the drive summary, 1 first down, 63 total yards, 3 rushes for 11 yards, 3 passes complete for 52 yards, the big play being a 40-yard touchdown pass from Tyree Taylor to Draven Taylor, and a touchdown extra point failed, 6-0 right here early on for Phoenix. So we've had 5 games this weekend. 3 of those 5 games have had 40-plus yard touchdown passes on the first drive. And as an offensive guy, that's what I like to see. Throw it. Throw it down the field. So Carolina is set to receive right here. Yep. So, don't know who if this is Francisco Fuentes or Thomas Langer kicking off right here. Somebody was offsides, and that ball goes all the way down to the 3. Uh-oh. Kickoff return by number 21, Mark Boyd. There should be a penalty marker on this. It should add on to the end of the return. Because somebody was way offsides. They're going to make them kick it again. So they will re-kick. So Phoenix will line it up to kick this thing again after the offside penalty on the kickoff. It looks like that's number 81 kicking off. This one's taken at the 8. And about to the same spot. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 right here for the Raiders offense. So 1st and 10 at the 30 right here. Phoenix goes 6 plays, scores on their opening drive. We'll see what Carolina has in store for us. Number 17 for Carolina, that's Antonio Wallace. Looks to be the quarterback, flanked to his left by Jordan Brown, the running back. Tight end set to the left. Slot receivers, and we got people all over the place. And that'll be 1st and 15. Somebody a little excited to get started right there. So this looks very similar to last night's game. A quick touchdown, and the team after the touchdown having some offensive pre-snap issues. So Wallace back in the gun, same formation. Going to get a play fake right here. Wallace going to try to fire it out. It's going to be incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd down and 15. Number 13 on the field right there, that's Corey Graham. Going out wide to the left. Wallace. There's going to be the give inside. And he'll pick up about 2. Tackle made right there by number 35, Gage Wilcox. Ball carried by Jordan Brown. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 13. Carolina goes empty right here on 3rd down and long. And the ball is out. And we have our first turnover of the game. And if you look on the replay right there, number 2 just wins inside. And that is Jalen Grant, the defensive end. He gets the sack, the strip, and the fumble recovery. And that wasn't even, I mean, that right there was just, he wins immediately. Wallace had no shot. And very similar to last night, you get an early touchdown, you get a stop on defense. Phoenix's offense is right back out on the field. Taylor gets him in the huddle. And so now you get a penalty. I don't know what happened over here on this sideline. Sideline warning. Point of emphasis. So that's the second one we've seen of those this weekend. Taylor brings Phoenix to the ball. We've got a slot to the right, a broken pistol backfield with the fullback set to the right. Takes the snap. There's going to be the inside give. Ball carried by number 7, Dedrick Gadlin. Gadlin picks up 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Same formation, they just flip the fullback to the left-hand side right here. Taylor escapes the pressure. Going to throw it on the go route. Caught. And it's going to be 1st and goal. Nice catch down the sideline right there by Alvin Hutchinson. But a great job in the backfield by Tyree Taylor to avoid what was an unblocked rusher. And I mean, scot-free, he just makes him miss right there. Hits the running back, Hutchinson, on the rail route down the sideline, down to the 3. Now gives it to Hutchinson inside, and he gets nothing. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal. But if you are Phoenix, this is the way you scripted this start. And the 2 teams with the farthest drives have had the fastest starts in this competition this weekend, Brooklyn and now Phoenix. So Taylor in the gun, split backs with him. And there is a penalty and a false start. So that'll back it up to about the 8-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 8. Clock will start back up. Slot to the left of Taylor. Broken eye with the fullback flank to his right. There's going to be the give. Nice job on getting in behind the offensive line and down to the 1-yard line right here. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Ball carried there by Finch, who did a nice job of navigating That was a great job by the right guard right there. Number 75, Christopher Martinez, of just creating a new line of scrimmage, and I mean a new line of scrimmage. Taylor takes the snap. He's going to throw the fade, and it's incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th and goal right here at the 1. Interesting play call right here. You throw the fade on 3rd and goal from the 1. Looks like we got a timeout right here for Phoenix. That'll be their first timeout of the half, facing 4th and goal at the 1. So, big down right here for the Raiders in this 2A AFNT National Championship game. Phoenix has come out on fire. They hit the big 40-yard touchdown pass on their first drive on what was an offside call, but they got the free play, and they score on the free play, and now, you know, they get the sack and the fumble. Sack was by number 2, Jalen Grant, who just completely, you know, destroyed the left tackle from Carolina to get in and make the play. And here's the free play touchdown. As you can see, Taylor looking down the left hash to Draven Taylor, who's completely uncovered, and it's just an easy walk-in touchdown. And the way Carolina has been playing this front right here, as much as they're jumping gaps and things like that, I think that this might be a good time to, you know, because this straight man coverage behind this right here. There's Taylor. He's going to run the option. He's going to walk into the end zone. Just a great call right there. Just speed option to the right. Didn't make him pitch it. He gives a little show of the pitch to the running back right there. He fakes like he's going to pitch it out there to Jonathan Finch, and then he walks into the end zone. I mean, this is a start that you dream about. So, looks like we're going to get a try for on the kick right here. That is number 81 right there on the kick. This is going to be Thomas Langer. I really hope Langer plays like tight end because he's got the gloves to go with it. There's the snap. Ball is down. The kick is up, and it's going to be no good. But it's going to be offside, so they should get a – so it'll move it up 5, and they'll get to try again. So the ball will be at the 10-yard line. Looks to me like Finch is holding. It's not Finch, it's Jacob Reed. There's the snap placement. The kick is up, and it's wide left again. So, 2 tries, the exact same result. Both balls were hooked to the left, and it's 12-0 right here. And here you see just a great call. They've got one little just looked like he's going to pitch it. The defensive end outside linebacker just basically falls down on the pitch fake, and Tyree Taylor walks into the end zone. So pretty good start for Taylor. 40-yard touchdown pass and a touchdown of his own. Drive summary, 6 plays, 1 first down, 24 total yards, 4 rushing attempts for 9 yards, 1 pass completion for 15 yards, and the touchdown point after attempt, no good. And we sit at 12-0 with 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. So we were in the same spot last night. It was 14-0, and then bam, an 80-yard touchdown pass, and the sprint was on. So we'll see if we get the same thing right here from Carolina. There's the kick. It's fielded. Taking it to the 20. Spins around at the 30, steps through a tackle to the 32, and then taken down right there. Ball returned by number 5, Taywon Thompson. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And so we'll get to see the Carolina Raiders offense for their second possession. And their first one was nothing to write home about. Came out, had a penalty on the first snap. Then you had an incompletion, a run for 3 yards or 2 yards, and then a sack and a fumble. There's the toss. Gain of 1, maybe 2. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 8. I'm going to call it 2nd and 9. The ball was carried there by Xavier and Jarvie Hayes. Wallace drops. He's going to fire it out. It's complete. Ball is caught by number 0, Willie Cannon. And that'll be a 1st down. So Carolina gets their first down of the game. Nice throw from Wallace to Cannon. Gets the 1st down. Moves the chains. And now we'll see how Carolina's offense gets in a little rhythm right here. Nice job by Wallace of taking the check down right there. So 1st and 10. Here's the inside give. He'll gain about 5 right there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Ball carried by number 30, Jabril Carolina. Or Jabri Carolina. So 2nd and 5. Wallace with Carolina set to his right-hand side right here. Now he moves him to the left. Wallace drops. We're going to fire it over the middle, and it's high and incomplete. We do have a flag down. Illegal hands to the face. And that'll be a 1st down. That's a first one. Hadn't seen that yet. So 1st and 10, ball is up at the 41-yard line right here for Carolina, trailing 12-0. Wallace flanked to his right by Michael James. They're going to throw the quick screen out. Makes the first guy miss. And we get another flag right here. And the yellow rain is falling in Charlotte. We get a face mask penalty right here. So it'll be 1st and 10 again.
So the face mask call on the Outlaws. So we're going to walk off some more yards for the Raiders, and it will be a first down. And now placed it on the 32-yard line.
Waiting to see how they set this up. So it is 1st and 10. Wallace moves motion over. We're going to run a toss sweep right here and pull guard. And they'll get down to the 30. Nice run right there by James. They had nothing there. And there are some people from Phoenix that have come to play football, because they are living in Carolina's backfield right now. And when they get there with ill intentions. So 2nd and 8 right here. Wallace in the gun. James to his left. Wallace takes the snap. He's going to take off and run. And Wallace will get down right at the 20-yard line. And Wallace will get the first down for the Raiders. So 1st and 10, ball is at the 21-yard line, just on the edge of the orange zone right here as we play towards the end of the first quarter. And what has been a pretty exciting first quarter if you're from Phoenix. Here's the inside trap give. And that carry of 2 yards will take Carolina into the orange zone and bring up 2nd down and 8. Ball carried by number 6 right there. That's Jordan Brown. So trips to the left of Wallace. Brown flanks him to the left. Short slot to the right-hand side. Motion in. Little token play fake. And they'll flip it out. Nice spin move right there. And inside the 15 is going to bring up 3rd down and about 3. So a 5-yard gain right there. Pass completed to Jordan Brown on the check down route. And Wallace was looking left, but the short slot on the right-hand side ran a little fade stop. And that'll be the last play of the first quarter. And we go to the second quarter here in Rocky River High School, Charlotte, North Carolina. Your score right now, the Phoenix Outlaws 12, the Carolina Raiders nothing. All right, so here are the first quarter stats right here. Phoenix with 12 rush yards, 67 pass yards, 87 total yards, no turnovers. Carolina has 13 rush yards, 18 pass yards for 31 total yards. The one turnover led to the second score. And Phoenix leads 12-0 after one, but Carolina has driven down. They're at the 14-yard line of Phoenix right here, trying to, get back to within a one-score game, looking at a 3rd down and 3. And this has been a really nice drive. Wallace has done a good job of navigating some pressure situations, hitting his check down routes. They've gotten the benefit of a couple of penalties, a hands to the face and a face mask penalty. And Wallace did a nice job of scrambling for a first down. And so now they're sitting at 3rd down and 3. And I'm guessing that unless they have a kicker that, we don't know about, this is going to be, 4-down territory right here. So doubles look right here for the Raiders. Jabri Carolina in the backfield. Carolina gets the carry. He runs up inside, and he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up 4th down and 3. So they actually gave him a yard on that, so it'll bring up 4th down and 2. And in my opinion, very generous spot right there. So 4th and 2 right here. Ball is at the 18-yard line. Got to get to, ball is at the 13-yard line. They got to get to the 11. Wallace in the gun. The Raiders will take their first time out of the half. So they say this was a Raiders' second charge timeout. So I guess that means they took the first one. So Raiders down to 1 timeout. Phoenix still has all 3 in their possession. Not a bad way to take this timeout right here. Big call right here. If you don't pick this up right here, you could be looking at going down 3 scores because you have done absolutely nothing to stop Phoenix. They've had 2 6-play drives that have culminated in touchdowns. So if you're Carolina right here, you need to come with the best play you have for this situation. And, right now it seems to be that the running backs have been able to maneuver their way open in the pass game. So that might be one of those things where you call a pass play and then have a running back leak out of the backfield into the flat, pick up the first down right here. So 4th down and 2. Wallace is going to be in the gun. Michael James will flank to his right. There's motion across. And there's the toss. They're going to let him throw it wide open, and he overthrows the man. What a great call. Pass intended for Willie Cannon. And, man, that was a great call. He was wide open. Just missed on the execution right there, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And there it is, not scoring in the red zone right there. So finishing a drive. We've seen 2 drives finished by Phoenix. There's the first big drive of the game not finished by Carolina. Phoenix takes over at their own 13-yard line, 1st and 10. A lot of times you'll hear people say that was a terrible play call in that situation. That was an absolutely perfect play call. You can't be more wide open than Cannon was right there. Just got a hit on it. So now Taylor comes out. Dedrick Gadlin in the backfield with him. There's the snap. There's the give. He stays in behind his blocking, cuts it back. He'll gain maybe 3 yards.
yards on the play. They're going to wave it off. They got to gain that 2 yards.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8 right here. Now, got a 2 tight end set right here for Phoenix. There's the inside give. Oh, he's got a chance to get to the edge right here. And he's going to run up over the 20-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. A nice carry right there by Alvin Hutchinson, who had a big catch on the last drive. And right now, Phoenix's offense is in a nice rhythm. They're looking, in control. They're not in a hurry.
Number 20. He's getting a little push, but there is a lot of resistance from the Ravens defense.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 1 on this. Be interested to see if they decide that they're going to punt this football away right here. So 4th and 1. Outlaws kicking team is on. And if I'm Carolina right here, I am very cognizant of where everybody is lined up at. Number 28 in the kick, Jacob Reed. Reed punts the ball away. It's going to hit and roll. And it will roll dead at the 36-yard line. And we'll have a turnover in possession. So Carolina's defense holds right there. They'll have 1st and 10. And after having a nice drive on the last, set of downs, they had to turn it over at the 13-yard line after what should have been a touchdown was overthrown. But now they get it. You got to go 64 yards to pay dirt right here. So there's a 11:08 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Well, I think we're waiting on a football. We are. And they have started the clock without a football on the field. That is a new one for me. So, Wallace with Brown to his left, Trips to his left. He takes the snap, tries to make a play fake, gets away from the initial rush, but number 45 right there, Tremaine Smith, the defensive end, gets in for the sack. It'll be a loss of 4 to bring up 2nd down and 14. And right now, the 2 defensive ends for Phoenix are dominating Carolina's offensive line. Wallace once again in the gun, going to drop. He's going to fire it out in the flat. It's caught. Breaks a tackle and does not get away. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 9. One thing I would say right now about Phoenix is they tackle. Carolina's doing a good job of taking what Phoenix is giving them right now, but, you know, right there, number 27, John Lewis finishes the play and puts them in a 3rd and long scenario right here. So trips into the boundary right here. Wallace in the gun. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off and run. And he will be 3 yards short. So a gain of 6. But it'll be 4th and 3. So 4th and 3 right here. And the punt team comes on for Carolina. Looks like number 98, Ruben Santos, is coming on to punt. So Santos in punt position right here. Snap bounces. He does a good job of picking it up. Gets the left-footed kick away. It's going to bounce at the 32 and go out of bounds right there. So Phoenix will take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. This will be their 2nd possession of the 2nd quarter. And they have, they got 9 yards on the last possession. Got it to 4th and 1, decided to punt it away. They get the football back at their own 32. Mr. Official is just starting the clock whenever he wants to now. There's motion out of the backfield. There's the snap. Going to take the shot down the field, and it's going to be caught. And he is not touched, and he is going to score. 68 yards. And it will be a celebration penalty for using a prop to putt the football.
Oh my God, that was a beautiful trick out catch he made.
Look at the replay right here. See Taylor, he's going to take this thing and throw it down the left sideline, and he just catches the ball right here, is never touched, and it runs right on by. 68-yard touchdown pass. Then you get the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end. And it's 18-0 right here. Number 81, that's Thomas Langer in the kick. There's the snap. Ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So it is 19-0. And that is a one-play 68-yard drive, one pass completion for 68 yards. Touchdown's good, PAT's good, 19-0. And right now, this may be the biggest deficit we've had in this entire weekend. And if you watch right here, they motion out and they get into a flanks look. And right here, Taylor he short steps. He gets the ball out of his hand on time, throws it to a spot. And right there, number 25, Johnny Collier, just makes a great catch. Nobody touches him. Collier with the presence of mind to get up and keep running. And just takes it 68 yards to the house. And, I mean, that's just one of those things where, as a DB, you're not expecting him to make that catch laying out like that. But when he makes the catch, you got to make sure you get some hands on him before he gets up. And once again, we got to have a conversation. No, because that was the unsportsmanlike penalty, so they will kick off from the 20 right here. Carolina has a chance to get a good return, and they need one right here. We're under 8 minutes to go in the first half. They've had one drive inside the 20 they did not capitalize on. Phoenix has had the ball 4 times. They've scored 3 touchdowns. I mean, if you're going to answer the call, right now is the time to answer the call. You get the football to start the second half, so you need to get on the scoreboard, and you need to make sure if you get on the scoreboard right here, you get a stop. It would be ideal if you could get on the scoreboard, get a stop, and then score right before the half, so you get it back to a one-score game before halftime. Langer with the kick. He'll be fielded at the 27, bringing it up the middle of the field, trying to get to the sideline. Ball was stripped out, went out of bounds. It'll be spotted at the 48-yard line. And that's where Carolina will scrimmage from. Trailing 19-0 right here. Pretty imperative that you get on the scoreboard. We talk a lot about, is this a must drive? Well, this right here is a must drive. You need to score. And when you score, you need to score and then get a stop. Well, Antonio Wallace back in at quarterback for Carolina. Trips to his left. Going to motion in. He makes a little play fake. Wallace is going to throw it deep. It's going to be caught down at the 20-yard line for a first down. Pass complete to number 4. That's Rameek Autry. Autry's down at the 21-yard line. And that's a good answer right there. So 1st and 10, ball is at the 21, right on the edge of the orange zone. Same look. Wow. The in-breaking receiver right there got absolutely destroyed. I think that was Willie Cannon who tried to run a little route across the middle, and the linebacker sitting inside there said, "No, sir, you will not do this," and he just flattened him on the in-breaking route. So that brings up 2nd down and 10 on the incompletion. And right now what they're giving Carolina is just a short throw. Take the 5-yard throw in the flat out there. But not being able to run the football effectively has really hurt Carolina here in the first half. Wallace in the gun, takes the snap, play fake, fires it into the stick route. He'll gain about 3 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8, or 3rd down and 7. That pass brings Carolina into the orange zone. So 3rd and 7, ball's at the 18. There's the snap. Trying to spin out of pressure. Going to flip it, and it's going to be intercepted. No, incomplete. And that'll bring it to 4th down and 7. And right now, Phoenix, yeah, he only got 1 foot down. Great camera view right there. So he got the right foot down, left foot was not down. So 4th and 7 right here. And right now, Carolina they can't get anything down the field. Phoenix has everything on clamps right here. So Wallace drops, good protection this time, steps up in the pocket, and he will go down, and that will be a turnover on down. Great defense right there. After giving up the big play on 1st down, Outlaw defense rises to the occasion. That's 0 for 2 inside the orange zone today for Carolina. Tremaine Smith with the tackle again. Credit him with a sack for a 1-yard loss. And with 4:40 to go in the first half, Phoenix is on the verge of blowing this thing out early. So Phoenix will take a timeout right here. Be their first charge timeout of the half. 4:32 to go. And looks like there might be a little discontent on the Raider sideline right there. And it's been a frustrating half for him. Made a great call on a 4th down play. Should have been a touchdown. Just overthrew the guy wide open. And I mean wide open in the end zone. You fall down on a basically an offsides where you get a free play. They didn't cover. Draven Taylor down the left seam. That's the first points of the game. And then after that, you get a sack, fumble, give up a touchdown on 4th and goal at the 1 on a speed option play, and then a 68-yard touchdown pass where a great play was made. There's the snap. They're going to take the shot again. Receiver stopped. It's going to be picked off. That ball was picked off. That's number 21. Mark Boyd on the interception. It looked like the receiver cut the route off. And it looked like Taylor thought that he had a guy going up the seam. The receiver cut the route off. Taylor throws the ball. Only person back there to catch it is Boyd, and he gets to pick. And that's a huge play right here for Carolina when they needed it. So it'll be 1st and 10 now at the 46 of Phoenix. And right now is the time for Carolina to get this thing in gear. There's Mr. Official starting the clock before the ball is snapped. He's obviously got somewhere to go, or there's some kind of curfew. Empty look right here for Carolina. Going to throw a little in-breaking route. It'll be caught for 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. And that's what they got to do. They got to force them to play up so that they can attack over the top. Pass was complete right there to Michael James. Carolina has 1 timeout left. Phoenix has 2. Taking the snap right here. Wallace drops. He's going to fire it deep down the left sideline. Wide open and just overthrows. I mean, he had him wide open, and that was Ramik Autry just wide open. And that is 2 walk-in touchdowns that have not been converted. 1 on a halfback pass, 1 right there on that route. And when they look back at this first half, they're going to circle those 2 plays because, you know, if they don't score right here, they go to the half down 19-0 when it could be 19-14 or 19-16. It also could be 19-12, but taking the drop, firing out the flat, it's going to be caught, and that's a 1st down. And once again, taking what they're giving you. That's what they give you. That's what Phoenix has given them the whole half. Tawan Thompson with a nice catch after losing his balance. Ball is down to the 34-yard line. Carolina staying in empty right here. Taking the drop. Going to throw the drive route inside. So they're going to put the ball down right there at the 30. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. And they stop the clock. Now they're going to call this a fumble and award the ball to Phoenix. So it looked like a good drive going right there is going to end in a turnover. It'll be 1st and 10. The ball will be at the 30-yard line. Phoenix still has 2 timeouts left, 19-0 lead. He starts the clock right up. Steps up in the pocket right here. Taylor will be sacked. So we'll stop it. It's at 1:54, which is the 2-minute warning. They'll put the ball back at the 30-yard line. It'll be up 2nd down and 10. And if you're Carolina right here, you cannot allow points in this last 1:54 of the first half. You know, you've gotten an interception right here, but your turnovers are killing you. You gave a turnover that gave up points. Then you had a turnover that just killed a drive. You've missed 2 touchdown passes. The score is 19-0, but it could easily be a much closer ball game than that. And right now, if you look at this, it looks like Carolina's run 24 plays in the first half and has 88 yards. Phoenix has run 18 plays and has 164 yards. Of course, they've got a 40-yard touchdown pass and a 68-yard touchdown pass, so that kind of adds into that. 2nd down and 10 right here. Taylor in the gun with Hutchinson set to his right. Taylor goes in motion around. They're going to fake it. They're going to throw the screen back to Hutchinson. He's right down the middle of the field right here at the 40, 45, out to the 49-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 50. It'll be 1st and 10. Nice action on that play. Phoenix right back on the ball. Taylor's going to fire it out to Taylor. He's going to get out of bounds. Second down and 1 after that 9-yard gain. Taylor takes the snap, sprints to his right. Going to try to throw it back in the middle, and that pass is incomplete, and it stops the clock. Brings up 3rd down. Oh, they marked him down way short of where he was at on the previous play, so it'll bring up 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2 right here. Doubles look. Hutchinson in the backfield with Taylor. There's the snap. Taylor with the pump fake. He's going to throw the curl route. Spins to the outside, and he's going to get out of bounds and a 1st down. And this right here is a really well orchestrated 2-minute drive. Phoenix has 2 timeouts left. They haven't even used one. They're out of bounds at the 25-yard line, already with a 19-0 lead. That's Tavion Warner on the reception right there. 17 yards on that play. Hutchinson moves to the right of Taylor, trips to his left. Then the Raiders will take their last timeout of the first half right here with 43 seconds left to go in the first half. And to say that this defensive stop is kind of important would be, to put it mildly, you've played 30 minutes, 29 minutes and 17 seconds. You have no points on the board. You've given away opportunities to score 2 touchdowns. You've turned it over, twice. And now you're looking at going down 4 scores right before the half. And, Carolina sitting off. They sat off and played soft on that 3rd and 2 and just gave up a really easy just curl route in at about 12 yards. And then he just spins outside and runs it down to the 25. Ended up being a 17-yard gain on 3rd and 2. They're going to sit there. They got a safety in the middle of the field. Right now, sitting at about, got 2 safeties sitting at 15 yards. I would run this football. I've got 2 timeouts. There ain't no way in the world I'm throwing this. There's the give. Taylor drops. Taylor's running backwards. There's a penalty flag on the play. He's going to fire it, and it's going to be broken up in the end zone. So with 38 seconds left to go, and I guess they stopped the clock when they saw the flag go down, because that play took forever. But it's a hold, so it'll make it 1st down and 20. And if you're Carolina right there, him extending the play is a good and a bad thing. It runs the clock, but it also means you have to cover forever. And if you're Phoenix, you don't want Taylor throwing that ball into that kind of scenario right now. You've got a 19-point lead. You know, don't put the ball in harm's way, especially not, you know, when the only people back here are going to be offensive linemen and the quarterback. You don't want someone catching the ball, running it really fast right back the other way. Taylor scrambles out to the right, fires it back into the middle, and that's almost it right there. Pass was broken up by number 8, Xavier Jarvie Hayes, and he would have been off to the races. I mean, we've seen that numerous times this weekend where a quarterback rolls one way and then tries to throw back into the middle, and they've gotten away with it. And if Hayes catches that football, he is running really fast down the hash, and it may be a 19-6 game really quick. So 2nd down and 20 right here. This has got to be close to delay a game. There's the snap. Taylor drops. He's going to fire it deep down the left sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 20. So it's 3rd and 20 right here. Ball is at the 35-yard line. Might throw the screen again right here. Carolina is playing really soft in the secondary right here on this 3rd and 20. Taylor's going to take it, throw it. That's going to be up for 10 yards. And that'll be a timeout. 4th down and 10 after the 10-yard gain. They've got one more timeout left. And this is a huge play right here for the Raiders defense. Like, this is one of those plays where you look back at the end of the game, you think, if we'd have gotten a stop right there, you know, that might have been the thing that fueled the comeback. If we give up a 1st down right here or points right here, that might have been the thing that put us away. And if you're looking at it from a standpoint, you know, they're giving you stuff. They're playing so deep right here, trying to keep everything in front of them. You know, if you're Carolina right now, you've got to weigh the pros and cons of bringing pressure right here. If we bring it, you know, we have to get home. And if we bring it, we probably have to play man coverage. And if we do that, do we have enough on the backside to cover it up and run with these guys? So 4th down, looks like a, you know, right outside the 25-yard line. So 4th and a little bit longer than 10. And they get them to jump. There's the free play again. And Taylor's going to run for the 1st down right here. And now when they decline this, the clock is going to run, so they're going to have to take their last time out. So they wind the clock right here. And they're going to stop it on the spike. And now they're going to send the field goal unit on. So they're going to send Langer on to attempt right now what would be 26-yard field goal to make this a 22-0 game at the half. There's the snap. Kick is up. And it is good. Just skates over the top of the crossbar. And that will end the first half. And your score at halftime here at Rocky River High School in Charlotte, North Carolina is 22-0 in favor of the Phoenix Outlaws over the Carolina Raiders. And we'll be right back with you and give you the halftime stats and get you ready for the second half.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting to that last 2 quarters. Is everybody listen to me slur my speech? It's not. I'm sick. So that's the worst part there, Craig. When I've been up the past 2 days, constantly at this point, man.
Yep.
All right, 4 minutes on the clock, counting down. I hope everybody's doing well out there in this crazy world. You see the Saturday scores, the Sunday scores, but let's talk a little bit about the overall stats from this game right here.
All right.
All right, go for it, man.
Well, it's about what you'd expect right now. It's been complete domination by Phoenix since the jump. 47 rush yards, 190 pass yards. You've had touchdown passes of 40 yards, touchdown passes of 68 yards. You had a wheel route down the sideline that set up their second touchdown that Taylor dropped in the bucket to Alvin Hutchinson. And realistically, if you're Carolina, you'll look back at the 2, touchdown passes that you had that were just give me touchdown passes. I mean, one right wide open on the halfback pass in the end zone, and the other one on the little stutter go on the outside. And, it could make a whole different story at halftime if it was, even if it was 22-12, you wouldn't feel as bad. But right now, not being able to run the ball, I expect Phoenix to come out. They've got some really good running backs. You saw that at the start of the game.
Right.
And I expect Carolina to get a healthy heaping of them in the second half right here.
And just kind of jump on it and just grind it out?
Yeah, they're going to try.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing. Somebody gets you down, and then they start just lowering the boom on you with guys. If you look at this, Hutchinson, Gadlin, Finch, those are big running backs. Those are big guys that they're handing the football, and they run with power and some speed, but they finish runs. You don't see them going backwards. And one thing Phoenix does really well is they tackle. So you don't see a whole lot of missed tackles.
They ramp up, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've seen, plays in this entire event in the 5-day or the 2 days of 5 games where we think somebody's tackled and they spin out of it or they step out of it. None of that in the first half against Phoenix. Matter of fact, if somebody was about to step out of a tackle, there were 2 more guys coming in there to lower the boom. And it happened a couple times. That was where they fumbled on there, at the 30 going in right before half, which led to the field goal. He tries to spin away from a tackle on the drive route, and, the safety shows up and hits him, and the ball goes on the ground, and it ends up being a fumble.
Definitely changes things around real quick when you are able to do all of those things we talked about. Special teams, avoiding turnovers, center back quarterback exchange or center and quarterback exchange, but also playing smart football. What do the Raiders need to do right now in your book?
Well, I mean, the obvious thing would be to say score, but
right, I understand that.
Right now, they had a good idea of what they need to do to start this half. In that last drive, they were throwing the ball, getting it out of their hand quick, throwing that little 5-yard, 6-yard route, and they had moved the ball pretty quickly down inside the 40 and given themselves a good chance to score right before half. They got to quit turning it over, though. I mean, it's just one of those things now where you can't have the sack fumble. You can't have, a fumble after you catch the football. You can't have a bad snap. You can't miss a wide open guy. All of these things that they have done, and if you jump off sides,
yeah,
you have to continue to play. That's twice in the first half where they just stopped. And in this half,
we'll show it right here.
I mean,
it's an interesting play, to say the least. There's their first or their second score.
And that poor guy, he was like, "Oh, toss sweep, no quarterback."
See if we can get I don't know if we missed that one. That was the second score of the game, right? Yep, here we go.
Here's the 68-yard touchdown pass.
Right. I mean, it definitely changed just the concept of the game itself. In that situation.
I mean, there's nothing. This is just max protect, 2 verticals. Taylor rips it, and he's throwing it, like I said, to a spot. You've got 2 guys on that side of the field to cover 1, and neither one of them gets there. I'm not sure he caught the ball.
Oh, no, based on what the DB is looking at, number 21, he's like, yes, but you still got to play it down to the whistle no matter what. Yeah, that's the rough one. When that happens, you're like, oh, we probably should have done this, and this. right there on that perspective.
I was going to say in the broadcast, if there would have been a review, then they probably bring that back. But there's no review in this, so you just got to keep playing. And Phoenix was lucky to get points. That should have been an interception. And then the play right after it, when he's rolling to his right and he tries to throw it back across his body, that should have been a pick six. So that's technically 3 touchdowns that Carolina let slip through their fingers literally in the first half.
And we ended the half with a field goal today.
With a doink?
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, he got right through that one and almost blocked it. I mean, they opened the gap right there.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, hey.
Somebody may have actually got a finger on that.
Yes, I definitely think so. That helped probably lift it up past that on that.
Because that thing was ugly. That's the definition of that. But it counts.
It does. It does. And he struggled. He struggled the whole day.
Yes, he has.
But they keep putting him out there.
And I'm wondering if we'll see Francisco Fuentes in the second half, because I saw him kicking at halftime. So it'll be interesting to see if number 80 comes out to kick off to start the second half, because, Carolina's going to get the football back. And there's 30 minutes left to go in the game. Yes, the clock is going to run and all of that. It's hot. You haven't scored a point yet. But if you get down, if you could get something on this first drive and score, give yourself a little momentum. We just saw it in that first game. There was a team that looked like they didn't even want to show up for the second half.
Buddy, and we watched them walk off. Onto the field, and I was like, hey, we'll see what happens here. Yeah,
they were ready to play. The other team was lined up in formation, and they hadn't even come out on the field, and we're thinking, okay, North Florida doesn't want to be here anymore. They have decided that it was a nice trip, and we'll see you next fall. And all of a sudden, you get the fumble on the first snap, and you drive down.
Advantage of the mistakes.
Yeah, you drive down, you get it to the 1, you don't score, and then you get the safety on the first play. You get a nice kickoff return on the free kick where they rip your helmet off, and then you score on a 4th and 10 play. And when that happens, then that was it. It was, Upper Marlboro scored 6 points in the second quarter, and then North Florida scored 9 points in the third quarter, and that was the story of the game.
Definitely had their chances. Right now, I'd like to see what, right now I always talk about the first 10 minutes of the third quarter. But right now I'm going to put them on the clock and say the first 5 minutes. They're going to have to do something with this drive.
I agree.
Yeah. So
I've been saying it's a must drive since the beginning of when it was 19-0 halfway through the third quarter, and they have not listened to me yet.
Listen to you. All right, buddy. Have fun. I'll see you at the end of the third quarter. Take it away, Craig. Once again, glad to have everybody here. And be safe out there, and let's get these last 2 quarters in the books.
All right, getting ready to start the second half of this 2A AFNT National Championship game. Your score heading into the third quarter right here. The Phoenix Outlaws are up 22-0 over the Carolina Raiders. And, the score is what it is. We can talk about the chances the Raiders let get away. But, I heard Bill Parcells say, you are what your record says you are. Well, this game is what the score says it is. So no matter what or how they feel, it's still a 22-0 game. Now, the Raiders have a chance right here to come out and do something about it. It's so much better to be down 22-0 at half and not, with 2 minutes to go in the game. You can go in the half. There have been plenty of times in my career that we've gone in a half down 2 or 3 scores and won the football game. It's all about how, what little adjustments you make and how you attack in the second half. And if Phoenix comes into half and thinks this game's over because they went in with a 3-score lead, then we're going to be in for a football game. All right, Langer getting ready to kick it off. And maybe we'll kick it off if the referees get ready. White Hat getting ready to enter the field. Moving at the speed of just got finished eating. Langer kicks it away. It'll be fielded at the 9. Bringing it back across the field. Cuts it to the middle. And up to the 33-yard line, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10. Nice return again by Boyd. He's done a nice job returning the football today. Also has an interception in the game. I'm looking on this and my camera on the clock. The clock has not stopped running, so I'm wondering if this thing has to run in the second half. Oh, here we go. So, empty set, and going to take the shot on first down, and it's going to be over the head. And I bring up second down and 10. Once again, Wallace in the game at quarterback for Carolina, trying to open up the second half by, throwing a corner route. Looks like that route was intended for number 1, Michael James. That's incorrect. It was intended for number 4, Ramik Autry, who was wide open in the second quarter. They missed for a touchdown. Down 3 scores with the way this clock's going to run. They're going to have to pick up the pace and a little urgency right here. Once again, stepping back, trying to roll to the right. And just throw this thing away, and it'll bring up third down and 10. And Phoenix has done an outstanding job all game. There have been 2 plays where they busted a coverage. One was on a halfback pass, and the other one was on Autry's, whatever it was. I'm certain it was a double move because that's how he got that wide open. But, other than that, Phoenix has kept everything in front of them. They've rallied to the football with speed and ferocity, and they don't miss tackles. I mean, we saw it on the opening kickoff of this half. It looks like Boyd has a chance to run through a tackle and get to the sideline, and they just lock him up right there. There's the snap, and they're going to throw it. And here we go. There's a penalty. So we will see what this is. And you always favorite thing about semi-pro football is how much screen time the coaches get. Knowing if I did that right there, I would get run straight up out of the stadium on a Friday night. So it's either going to be 4th and 10 I have no idea what was happening over there on the sideline. But we're having a discussion about it. Oh, we're going to get the old mark it off on both teams right here. Please don't do this. All right, so that's something I've never seen before. It was a personal foul on both teams, but somehow it ended up in a first down. Okay. All right. So 1st and 10 again for Carolina. No yardage gained, no yardage lost. First down on a exchange of personal foul penalties, which is interesting. Antonio Wallace back in the game at quarterback, sitting in the backfield in an empty set. Wallace drops. He's got plenty of time. There must be nobody open. I mean, goodness gracious. That might be the greatest coverage in the history of football. He sat back there for 8, 9, 10 seconds. There's nobody to throw the ball to. And somebody's got to be able to get open on that. Either that or everybody in Phoenix's secondary needs to be signed to the Atlanta Falcons roster right now. What say you, Bo? That good, huh? Anyway, 2nd down and 10. Looks like number 22, Andrew Brown Jr. is in the game at running back. And the sack comes right there from number 8. That's Tamir Abdullah, the linebacker. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 18. Oh. So Carolina has not had a very, inspiring start to the second half. So empty set for Carolina. Wallace in the gun. Here comes the pressure. Oh, he runs right by it. Gets it up, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 11. Punt team will come onto the field for Carolina. Number 98, Ruben Santos, will be doing the punting for the Raiders. And right there, trailing 22-0. You've run 5 minutes off the clock. You've lost 2 yards. You've got a 1st down in a way I've never seen before. But right now, Phoenix is just flat out suffocating anything Carolina wants to do on offense. I mean, they are impressive to watch on defense. So Santos in pump formation. Good snap. Santos gets the left-footed boot away. It will bounce, and they will let it roll. And it will be picked up at the 33-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10 for the Outlaws offense. And if you're the Outlaws right now, you're going to start to try and get a little greedy. We got people down all over the field out here. It's like everybody's, oh, we have a personal foul. We have roughing the kicker. So that'll give the football right back to Carolina. So this will be the long. We've already had an 11-minute drive to start a quarter that didn't result in points. We're going to have a personal foul, roughing the punter. That'll be a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down. So Antonio Wallace and his offense will be back on the field for Carolina. The ball will be placed down at the 46-yard line. And they start the clock up. Number 33, Gabriel Flores in the game for Phoenix at nose. Carolina staying in this empty look. Right now it looks like Phoenix is just playing man underneath, too deep over the top. Wallace picks up the bad snap, steps to his left. He's going to try to roll out, and he is just wrecked right there by number 27, John Lewis, the linebacker, strong safety. They just get there in a hurry, dude. That'll bring up second down and 10. And, I mean, they're covering everybody underneath. They've got help over the top. And then when you scramble, the linebackers just scrape off of the defensive line, and you can't outrun them. I mean, unless you start running routes where you start picking people off and things like that, you know, you're going to have somebody win a one-on-one matchup right here. And they're going to have to start doing it fairly regularly for you to have any success on offense. Because you look right here, they have 5 in the box. And then they're just, now they're giving it a little bit of different look right here. And you get a false start, so it's second and 15. Carolina looks like a team right now that hasn't played in a long time. I'm not seeing their schedule. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but they look like a team that hasn't played in maybe a month. And then and then you come in and you're playing Phoenix, and these guys are for real. Number 1, Michael James in at quarterback. James takes the snap, drops, escapes to the right-hand side. And he's going to fire it, and it's going to be broken up. He's going to bring up third down and 15. I mean, you don't see, there's not very many people open. And by that, I'm just telling you right now, there are not very many people open on the field running around in a black jersey. The second and third level defenders from Phoenix are all over everything. Carolina's front can't block the 3 down front of Phoenix, so now you're kind of in a thing. You're running for your life in the backfield. And when you're running for your life, then you got guys playing man coverage, so nobody can just stop and sit in the zone. James still in there at quarterback. And another penalty. That'll bring up third and 20. So third and 20. The clock continues to run after that. Autry comes in the game. He's in the slot. James in the gun right here. Takes the snap. James going to roll to his left. He's going to take off. They're going to run him out of bounds. It's going to be up fourth down and about 18. All right, so they gave him more than that, so they'll bring up fourth down and 16. Carolina brings out the punt unit again. So Santos back in to punt. Carolina looks like they're drafting for the punt team. Santos takes the snap, gets the left-footed kick away. It's a good punt. It's going to bounce, and it's going to roll, and it's going to be taken at the 11-yard line and down there. And so with right at 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, we'll get to see the Phoenix offense for the first time with a 22-0 lead. And before the roughing the punter penalty on the last one, I was going to say, if you're Phoenix, do you get a little bit greedy right here? Try to go down and score, get the 2-point conversion, bump it up to a 30-point game. See if you can activate you know, the running clock and all of that good stuff. Because once it gets to 30 in this thing, you know, it's pretty much going to be over. And so now you're out here. So Taylor brings them out. They've already started the clock. Finch in behind Taylor. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Finch. And that's a nice play in the hole right there. Loss of 2 for Finch. Bring up 2nd down and 12. Nice job right there by Carolina, led by number 2, Jalen Grant, the defensive end. And right now, if you're Phoenix, hey, run the football, make sure you get some first downs, keep the clock moving, you know, keep the ball away from Carolina. Taylor in the gun, got doubles. Gonna check with the sideline right here and change the play. Takes the snap. Taylor's going to throw the out. It's going to be caught. Bring up 3rd down and 7 right here. Pass complete to number 14 right there. That's Kevin Godet. So 3rd down and 7 right here for Phoenix. You got Godet to the left, along with Draven Taylor. Takes the snap, drops, going to throw the stop route over here. And that's the 2nd time this game that Savion Jarvie Hayes had a chance for a pick 6 and dropped it. They called holding on Phoenix right here. I'm sure they'll be declined. Oh, they took the penalty. So it'll be 4th down and 17 now. And that's a bold move right there. You take the penalty, which means that you don't force them to punt, and then you let the clock run more with you not having the ball. And then you give a team that's thrown a 40-yard pass, a 30-yard pass, and a 68-yard pass against you a chance to get another snap. And then it'll be delay a game. So it'll be 4th down and about 19. And yet, that also worked out in their favor because now the clock runs more. So basically, Carolina played keep away from Phoenix with the ball and didn't score, and now they're playing keep away with themselves. And here comes the quarterback draw. And that's a really nice play call. And here comes another penalty.
Another holding call on the Outlaws.
So they're going to take it again. So they've just decided they're going to take every penalty right here. It's still going to be third down. It's going to be about 17 yards now. Taylor's in the gun. He's going to drop. Looking downfield, going to try to come back to the right. Pump fakes. He's looking there. He's going to throw it out. It's going to be caught. That pass will be complete to DeAndre Dickerson Jr. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Carolina. And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
We got unsportsmanlike on the Raiders.
Wow. Wow, man. They had the punt team on the field. All you had to do was decline a holding penalty, and now you've given them a first down. I mean, these are things that you just can't make up. And they start the clock back up right here. So the Outlaws have the football now up at the 27-yard line, their own 27-yard line. And this will be a one-possession quarter for both teams. Carolina had the ball for one possession. Phoenix has had the ball for one possession. Taylor still in the gun right here. Here comes motion across. There's the jet sweep. They turned the corner. He ripped his helmet off, so there will be another first down. And threw it out of bounds. That was a helmet toss record. So we've had a holding penalty. We had a false start, a holding penalty, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and a face mask penalty in consecutive plays. Okay. Wow. All right. No face mask penalty. Be a gain of 1. Bring up second down and 9. Taylor's still in the gun. Here comes Jet to this side. They fake it, going to take it, going to throw it deep, and it's going to be intercepted. And that's Mr. Boyd, his second interception of the day. And we have another flag down. And it is raining in Atlanta, and the yellow rain is falling in Charlotte. As you can see right here, he's going to take the shot deep. The receiver he wants to throw it to is getting held up. He throws it out there. Mark Boyd gets the interception, runs out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So we'll wait to see what the signal is. So it's going to be an interception. And obviously a penalty against So it's unsportsmanlike conduct against Carolina. So that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. The score is the same as it was at halftime, 22-0 in favor of Phoenix. The Outlaws have dominated this game. The third quarter was basically just a run-the-clock quarter. Nobody did much of anything except commit penalties. And that was for both teams. It wasn't just like it was one team doing it. Phoenix had five or six penalties in the third quarter. But we go to the fourth quarter here in Charlotte, North Carolina at Rocky River High School in this 2A AFNT National Championship game. And the Phoenix Outlaws are up 22-0 on the Carolina Raiders. And, I got to kind of think right now that, unless Phoenix donates, and when I mean donate, I mean they fumble the football and Carolina picks it up and scores. They throw a pass, it gets picked off, and they score. That kind of donation, I'm pretty certain that, you can pretty much put the championship in Phoenix right now, because Carolina doesn't look like they can do anything against this Outlaws defense. It has been outstanding. It has been probably far and away the best defense we have seen this weekend. They are disciplined. They are tough. They tackle well. Like, they tackle better than a lot of teams. You look right there, 21 rush yards for Carolina, 72 pass yards, 93 total yards. Both teams have 2 turnovers, all right? 53 rush yards, 203 pass yards, 256 total yards, and 2 turnovers. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, if the game ends with no points, the MVP of the game is the Phoenix defense, because they have completely stifled Carolina's offense. It has been an impressive thing to watch. Oh, man, the referee just started the clock. So it's 1st and 10. There's the inside handoff. And holy smokes, number 40 right there, Johnny Grant, the linebacker, comes in and introduces himself violently to Jordan Brown. 2-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Now, I mean, it was watching Grant come in from outside in right there, and he did not take Brown to the ground, but he didn't go any further than that. So 2nd and 8. James still at quarterback. James drops. They're basically just playing peekaboo with him right now, and he's going to be taken down at the 8-yard line. And that's number 45 again, Tremaine Smith. And loss of 12 on the play will bring up 3rd down and 20. And, I mean, this has been just a dominating performance. I mean, when you look at this, I'm a lot of times in semi-pro football, you'll see teams that don't play complex coverages. You'll see teams that, never make any adjustments. And Phoenix has changed things in their defense from the jump. Now they've gone into they're kind of playing a trap coverage right here on 3rd and 20. They're just lined up in 4 across coverage up top. They're going to run. And you're going to get a delay of game right here to make it 3rd and 25. So it's 3rd and 25 now. Ball is back at the 5. This will be interesting to see. I mean, it looks like they're going to rush 2 right here. No, they eventually rush 3. James is going to take it, throw it down the middle of the field. That'll be incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 25. Carolina will send Santos out to punt again right here. So the ball will be back at the 5. The snaps on the punts tonight for Carolina have not been great. So it'll be interesting to see if they come after this right here. It looks like they are going to come after this. There's the snap. Santos gets it away. It bounces. How did he pick that up? And then how did he get away? And then he laterals. It's coming back. But anyhow, I definitely need to see the replay of that. There are 37 flags on the field. There is a Home Depot bucket full of flags. But that right there was absolutely hilarious. First of all, I have no idea how he corralled the football. Second of all, the lateral. And then here you go. There's the first block. There's the second block. That's the blindside block right there. That's a block in the back. Then you make two guys miss. And right there, if number 35 would have seen number 14 and he could have gotten a shield block on him right there, that would have been a touchdown. And even with all the penalties, it would have still been one of the best, most entertaining returns you will ever see. And the fact that, we got to watch, first of all, this should be right, that ball hits him, goes straight to the ground. There are two guys running right at it. The ball is not secure. Somehow he gets it. All right, there are 3 Carolina players. He makes that guy miss. He makes that guy miss. They finally say, look, nobody's tackled him yet. Then you get the lateral. That stuff right there, that is old school, playground stuff right there. There's one block. There's the other block. Both of those are blindside blocks by definition. But anyway, it's 1st and 10 now. Ball is at the 46-yard line of Phoenix. Hutchinson and Ganlin in the backfield. They're going to give it off to him. He's going to run it up for 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. And I got a feeling that if the Phoenix coaching staff had their way, they'll take 4 yards of carry for the rest of the game and never bat an eye. Dedrick Gadlin on that 4-yard gain behind the lead block of Alvin Hutchinson. Hutchinson with the broken eye to the right again. 2 tight end look. Now they're going to throw the little slant route out there. It'll be a 1st down. Pass complete to Tavion Warner. Yeah, Phoenix has decided that it's time to put this thing to rest. Let's go ahead and put another score on the board. I'll leave no doubt. So 1st and 10, ball is at the 40 of Carolina. Phoenix goes into their 2 tight end. This is 22 personnel, 2 tight ends, 2 backs. There's the outside stretch play, and that is an outstanding play right there. Once again, that's Quan Saunders from Carolina. Saunders makes a great play for a 4-yard loss, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 14. Playing linebacker the way he's supposed to play linebacker right there. Sees the opening in the play, fires through the opening, and then gets into a bigger back's legs. Watch. There's the scrape. He gets there, gets into the legs. All right, is able to get Gadlin to the ground, bring up 2nd down and 14. Now, if you're Phoenix, you got to just keep running the football. Just keep it on the ground. 2 tight ends. Broken eye to the left right here. Taylor takes the snap. They're going to play fake. They're going to throw it to the tight end in the flat right out there, and it's going to be incomplete, and he had him wide open right there. Jacob Reed could have caught it, turned on up down the sideline, and it would have been an adventure seeing if they could tackle him. But I'll bring up 3rd down right here in 14. So Taylor takes the play back in, runs it through the little sugar huddle that they have, gives a doubles formation out of the 2 tight end set. And we're going to get a stoppage right here. We got offsides on the offense. So 3rd and 19. My bad. It was offsides on the defense. He just signaled the wrong way. So 3rd and 9. I was wondering. So 3rd down and 9 right here. Taylor in the gun. Hutchinson flanked to his left. Taylor going to step up in the pocket and escape to his right. He's going to fire it deep. It is covered. It is tapped up, and it is tapped away. And it will be 4th down and 9. Pass intended once again for DeAndre Dickerson Jr. So it'll bring up 4th down. And it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. So Taylor will bring the play into Taylor. So 4th and 9 from the 39-yard line of Carolina. This second half has really just been about making sure you don't make a mistake if you're Phoenix. Taylor drops. He's going to fire it. And that's a great job right there, and I have no idea what the penalty is for. Boyd just made a great play, knocked the football out of Draven Taylor's hands. That was a great play, great read, perfect timing by Boyd, and I have no idea what this penalty is. So they wave it off, which is the correct play. It'll be a turnover on downs. That was a really nice play right there. Mark Boyd has had a great game for Carolina, and he did a great job. He got 2 interceptions, and then he had perfect timing on that. Gets to the receiver as the ball gets there, delivers the hit, and just an outstanding play with outstanding timing. So it's a turnover on downs. Carolina looking to get on the scoreboard. And I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. And there's my guy winding the clock. So 22-0. About to go under 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter of this 2A AFNT National Championship game. Looks like they're going to bring Antonio Wallace back in the game to play quarterback. Let's see what coverage Phoenix decides to play right here. They're back in a little dime look right here. And here comes a blitz. And, hey, he keeps a hold of it. Gains 3. Bring up 2nd down and 7. So, gain of 3 right there by Wallace. They go back to the empty look. Got 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Here comes the pressure. Wallace gets the ball out of his hands. It is broken up right there. That's number 8 on the pass breakup. It may have been number 9, Eric Gwynn. So we'll bring up 3rd down right here and 7 to go. So 3rd and 7, ball is at the 38-yard, or excuse me, the 42-yard line. Carolina. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Wallace in empty in the backfield by himself. Phoenix in a 3-3 stack look. They're going to rush 4. Wallace is going to fire it deep. And it's caught. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Number 5 right there. Taywon Thompson on the touchdown catch. And it is 22-6. And what a throw. So 22-6 with 5:09 to go. So going for 2 right here. So Carolina's going to come out. Wallace is going to bring him up. Got James in the backfield with him. 2-by-2 set. They give it to James. He gets in. That's for 2. It's 22-8. We got a 2-score game now. 5:09 to go here. We got 5:09. 5:09 to go in the 4th quarter. Nonsense is breaking out. The play was amazing. It was a great throw from Wallace. The drive summary, 3 plays, no first downs, 61 total yards. They had 1 rush by Wallace for 3 yards and the completion to Thompson for 58 yards. And that right there has been about the story of Carolina's offense tonight. They've had chances for big plays a couple of times. They've missed those chances. And if they would have hit them, we might have a different look at the scoreboard right now. But with 5:09 remaining, it's not completely out of the question, but it doesn't seem very likely. So once we get all this settled, we got a personal foul. So somebody just got ejected. Personal foul. So they ejected. So 2 people got ejected. So, kickoff team is out for Carolina. They're ready to go. Officials are still in their huddle. Security coming to check to see who's gold. Coach is fixing to be gone if he don't get off the field. I feel that pain. I feel that pain when you're trying to explain to a referee that the person they just threw out wasn't on the field. I've been there. I've had that conversation. Got a really good camera angle of this. So, we got to game 5 with 5:09 left before we had any of this. So, 5:09 to go, 22-8. Santos ready to kick off for Carolina. Very curious to see if it's going to be an onside kick. Very curious to see if we're going to get the kickoff at all. So here we go. We got the whistle and ready for play. Santos on the approach. Gets the left foot into it. It's going to be a line drive down the middle of the field. And a really nice tackle right there by number 22, Andrew Brown Jr. Ball returned by DeAndre Dickerson Jr. So they're going to re-kick this. I would just take the ball. You know, there's no way I'd re-kick this. And take the 5 yards at the end of the return. There you go. Now, so it'll be 1st and 10. Ball is at just inside the 39-yard line. My dude, the white hat, he has about had enough of all the arguing, and he's going to start this clock up. I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
First and 10 and 39.
So we're going to get a timeout right here.
Timeout Raiders.
For the Raiders, that'll be their first of the half. When we take that timeout, you know, there's 5 minutes left. You're about to hit regular timing rules. So if, you know, this would be a big time right now for Phoenix to get that run game going. Now, they're going to have to understand that, you know, everything going sideways benefits Carolina. Anything straight downhill benefits them. Anytime they've tried to run wide, the Carolina linebackers have eliminated the play. Anytime they have run right at Carolina, they have had a pretty decent success. So, kind of a pivotal set of plays right here. Carolina just wastes a timeout before, you know, we even have a snap of the football. So they're now down to 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Carolina sitting in a 4-2 look right here. And there's the handoff off the edge, around the corner. Going to run out of bounds. And that'll be a first down. So now, as soon as the ball gets spot, they run the clock right here. And if you're Phoenix, you can take your time. And they are going to do that. This is smart. Run all the clock that you can run off. There's the snap. Taylor takes it. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. He'll be tackled. Tackle made right there by number 38, Jacob Davis. They're just going to let the clock run. You would take 40 seconds off the clock every time. I don't know what is going on here. Taylor fires it across the middle right there. So somehow, some way, so that'll be a 1st and 10. So obviously we've had an issue with the clock right here. Oh, nice run right there. Nice job of just staying inside. Gain of about 4, bring up 2nd down and 6. Been really impressed with the running backs, Hutchinson, Gadlin, Finch. They've done a really nice job tonight. Gadlin and Finch both in the game right now. Gadlin's going to take it. He's going to get the 1st down. And it will be they got a penalty. So it'll be holding, so they'll break it up to 2nd and 16.
There was a penalty on the play. That's going to beat that run.
So 2nd down and 16. Doing a good job of running this thing, trying to keep it inbounds. So 3rd down and 15 right here after the 1-yard gain. So delay game. 3rd and 20. So this has kind of turned into the ending of a pretty good football game. Has kind of become pretty sloppy right here. So 3rd down and 20 right now. There's the give. And he cuts it inside. So the Raiders call their 2nd timeout with 2:04 to go. Guess they're trying to get one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Looks like we're going to get a punt right here on 4th and 17. So I'm guessing that Carolina's going to come after this punt right here. That's exactly what I would do because that's about the best shot you got. Come after the punt, number 28, Jacob Reed is going to be doing the punting duties right here. There's the snap. Kick is away. It's going to be fielded at the 10. That's a nice job. Boyd gets out of bounds. Man, Boyd he's done a heck of a job in the return game and playing defensive back. He has had an outstanding game for Carolina tonight. Does a nice job catching the ball at the 10-yard line, getting it up the field, getting about a 14-yard return right there, getting out of bounds, takes us to the 2-minute warning. Carolina has 1 timeout left. Phoenix has all 3. So now, if you're Phoenix, nothing over the top. Don't let anything over the top of you because, that's what happened in the last drive. You've been playing great defense the whole day, and then all of a sudden you look up and Taywon Thompson is over the top for 58 yards and your shutout's gone. But right now, with 1:53 left to go, Phoenix is that close with a 14-point lead to being the 2A AFNT national champions for the 2024 season. And I'd know where Jalen Grant is. I would know where Tremaine Smith are because both of those guys have been absolute demons on the edge right there. They've gone back to the 4 front, got out of the 3 front. Yeah, this might be a problem. There's the snap. Going to try to get rid of it. Gets outside. Ball is out. There it is. On cue. Fumble recovered. Sack caused by number 45, Tremaine Smith. Fumble recovered by number 45, Tremaine Smith. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you that the defensive player of the game is number 45, Tremaine Smith. And the players of the game are the Phoenix Outlaws defense. Just dominated the game. This game has been dominated by their defense. This should be take a knee, and get on with it. Just a great job. And it's almost like somebody said, you better watch number 2 and number 45. Because when they went back to the 4 front right there, so it'll be 1st and 10. Ball will be back with Carolina. I don't even understand why there's a pull. So, got the snap. We get a give. Oh, my word, they ran the ball. Okay. Not really sure I understand that. You're up 14. All I got to do is take a knee. So now Hutchinson's in the game. Going to take the snap at quarterback. He's going to give it up the middle to Gadlin. Gadlin will take it in for about 4, where it'll be 3rd and 6. There's about 1 more snap left in this game, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see right there, congratulations to the 2A AFNT National Champions. That would be your Phoenix Outlaws. Your final score from Rocky River High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Phoenix Outlaws 22, the Carolina Raiders 8. Outlaws dominated the game with defense to take home the 2A AFNT National Championship. Bo?
Yeah, buddy. Man, you did such a great job, man. Thanks so much, man.
Oh, man, this was fun.
Yeah, we got a little final stats. Let's see those, and then we'll say a good backflip right there.
Yeah.
Back in my good days, I could watch people do that. That's about it. All right, here we go. Once again, thank you so much, Dorian Johnson, Robert Reed, Bobby Bryant, and Joey Russo for doing these events, going to locations and being able to take care of that. Maya, Teddy, yourself, Craig, Cedric, everybody did a fantastic job this weekend. Just absolutely thank you very much for opening the doors for us here at Rocky River. I did that right?
You did.
The Ravens.
They are the Rocky River Ravens.
All right. Well, here we go with the final stats of the last game of the Spring Sunshine Bowl. Your last thoughts there, Craig?
Yeah, it didn't really matter. The 2 missed touchdown passes in the first half really doomed Carolina. They hit the big 58-yard one late in the game, but it's too little too late.